Hey, what's going on, guys? A long time no talk. Hopefully, it's not as long the next time I post a video. It shouldn't be. But today we've got a goalie build video from the best goalies in North America. Now, people in Europe are going to freak out at this title, but no one from Europe sends me builds. No one really talks to me. I don't know the competitive scene over there as well. But these are the best goalies in North America, and chances are the European guys are on par with us as well. These guys have the most experience and the most success in the NHL competitive scene, esports tournaments, leagues, etc. They all play on the top teams with the best players against the best teams. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Starting with Paralyzer 1. He's old as time itself. He's been around since the beginning of ESHL and played in the ESHL LAN tournament that got held at EA Sports for the Purple Cobras. He currently plays for Composure, one of the best teams in NHL 19, with a talent-packed roster. A multiple-time esports / Pro Series champion, one of Canada's top goalies, and he competes in that Can-Am tournament every year. He is consistently one of the best goalies of all time. Now his build, he's running a hybrid build at 6'5", 220 pounds with quick recovery too, no secondary trait, the PK energy specialty, and he also runs Be A Pro high camera, just the default high camera. He uses default goalie controls, plays with precision default on, uses auto goalie covers, and has human goalie sweeps on. Now looking at his build real quick, you can see that he's prioritized vision at 92, and rebound control at 92, and shot recovery at 95 as well. His glove and stick high are equal across the board, and he likes to use that manual butterfly to protect the 5-hole. This build is probably built, in theory, to stop all the low shots and deflections that he's going to face from the point, especially being on a team that's very strong defensively. Now let's move on to Shekel. He's another guy who's been around since the beginning of ESHL. He has one of the top tendies in the game ever since he's been around and has found a ton of success, especially in next-gen hockey. He's a multiple-time esports champion and currently plays for Entourage, helping lead his team to a near-perfect record in the Space Esports Tournament. He's one of USA's top goalies and competes in Can-Am every year, and another guy who is consistently the best. And the build he's using is hybrid. He uses stance 1 because it's closest to default. It is the default stance. That was in NHL 16. That's what he's most used to. He runs 6'3", one of the only top goalies to run a lower height, at 182 pounds with no traits, 87s across the board on his reflexes. And he uses Deflection Master as a specialty to get a boost in that vision on deflections. He runs Overhead, which is a skater camera, alternate goalie controls, precision default on, and goalie covers auto, as well as human goalie sweeps. Now, he wanted me to let you guys know this. He explained his build. He chose 6'3" because he feels when he plays 6'5" and the skater gets in close on his net, his goalie will fail to attempt to make a save. At 6'3", he also feels like he's not as lethargic. It gives him a little bit of a speed boost. And he also gets a little better reaction time on in-close shots. He's 182 pounds because that's the heaviest he can be while having the most speed and agility for his goalie. He plays on overhead because when he's focused on his goalie, when he has the camera focused on his goalie, he can see the whole offensive zone. He can see everybody on the ice, all 10 players. He doesn't have to adjust to any camera movement. There's none at all. He can just focus in on the zone and read the play. He uses Deflection Master because that's the only shot that he feels he has no control over, whether it goes in or not. He wants the highest vision possible so that he can save as many of those uncontrollable situations as possible. All right, let's move on to Psychic Taco. He's played for a myriad of top teams and carried every single one he's been on. He's currently playing for Entourage along with Shekel, aiding in their playoff push and contributing to their near-flawless record. He's also one of USA's top goalies, and let me tell you, this guy can carry a team and win a game with regularity. The build he's using is a hybrid at stance 30. He's 6'5", 180 pounds, uses download 2 and up high 1 for his traits, and uses PK energy. He plays on the fixed camera, uses alternate goalie controls, plays with precision default off. That doesn't mean he uses T-pushes. That means he's holding the precision modifier to keep his goalie in that slower movement constantly, unless he butterflies. I'm just assuming that he wants to get that aggressive butterfly push. And again, auto goalie covers, human goalie sweeps are on. Just looking at his build, you can see he kind of prioritizes those low shots, and he kind of wanted to counterbalance it. He didn't want to completely sell out on glove high and stick high. He's got 83s there, but he's got 91 glove low and stick low to hopefully help with those turd shots. He's also got 90 shot recovery, which is going to help him stand up a lot quicker and be able to chain saves together off of rebounds, and pretty decent speed and agility and vision across the board there. This is a fairly balanced build. Okay, moving on to D-Rally, aka Danger Rally, another guy who's as old as dirt and played competitive ESHL since it existed. He held the title of greatest goalie of all time on PS3 for numerous years. It's continued to dominate at high levels for ESHL teams on Xbox in the esports leagues. He's competed in numerous Can-Am tournaments as one of the top goalies in Canada and continues to dominate with teams he's on. He is one of the few guys to use his butterfly. He uses a butterfly build at stance 21 at 6'5", 220 pounds, quick recovery 2 for his first trait, up high 2 for his second trait, PK energy. Another guy who plays on a skater camera on classic, alternate goalie controls, precision default on, auto goalie covers, and human goalie sweeps on as well. Just looking at his build, you can see that he's got 95 rebound control, 92 shot recovery, 90 vision, and he's got no speed, 82 speed, 82 agility, and a fairly balanced glove high and glove low, and stick high and stick low at 88 and 87. This build is meant to save point shots, rebounds, deflections, all right? That's his idea with crafting it. Now, he says he likes to use a slower build because he doesn't like the fast moving. He says he finds he gets too out of control. He's very good at reading plays, and he doesn't need that speed. So he likes to have this build with good quality positioning, a solid build that's going to eat up all those low shots, rebounds, and deflections. Moving on to Cons, aka King Cons. He's a longtime elite level tendy who got a start on PlayStation 3. He's another guy who's been considered one of the best since he's been around and has proven himself on Xbox as one of the best goalies in the USA, if not in the game. I've competed against this guy for a long time and had a ton of high-level matchups with him. It's hard to find anyone else who can consistently read plays as well as he can year in and year out. He's consistently the best, and almost more so than anyone else in the game. Year in, year out, it doesn't matter how much he plays, he just tends to find success somewhere. Okay, let's check out his build. He's running hybrid with stance 19 at 6'5", 199 pounds, no traits at all in Deflection Master. Very popular choice with hybrid. He keeps those 87s across the board. Gets that extra vision boost with Deflection Master. He's rocking the old school Be a Pro high camera, which is just the default camera. He uses default goalie controls as well, which is interesting. Precision movement is on for default. Uses auto goalie covers, and human goalie sweeps are set to on. This build is a pretty balanced build if you take a look at it. 90 agility, 90 speed, 92 vision, nothing too extraordinary there. Except for the 92 vision, I think every goalie feels more comfortable this year running a build with higher vision just to help with those deflections and screens and point shots. Rebound control, 89, pretty above average. 90 shot recovery, again, basic stats there, but still fairly good. And then 87s across the board. For his reflexes, minus the 5-hole there. But again, it's very consistent with the other hybrid builds. He's keeping it pretty simple with his reflexes. And 5-hole's 82. He's taken a bit of a knock there, but he's only losing that because of his height. And honestly, you can butterfly manually in this game, as we know, and cover that 5-hole. Now let's move on to the Crease Police, aka Jmoney, my partner in crime for this YouTube channel, and one of the top goalies in the United States. All right, he's an esports champion. I believe we won an esports championship together, and continues to compete for the perfect storm in the Space Esports tournament. He helped lead their team to the playoffs and will continue to dominate and carry that team. I've seen it happen. He's stood on his head so far in this tournament. He's doing real well. Now let's look at his build. Runs a hybrid with stance 6, 6'5", 180 pounds, quick recovery 2, up high 2. I believe those are actually switched, and I didn't get it right in the video. But he runs up high 2 and quick recovery 2. Deflection Master, as well as playing on the fixed camera, alternate goalie controls, precision default on, auto goalie covers, as well as human goalie sweeps set to on. Just looking at this build, it's very similar to the one I use, and I'm going to assume it's for the same reason, so I don't want to put words in his mouth. I'll just explain my build the same way, but you're going to see some similarities. And the final build is my build. That's me, JohnLOL. I know you already know that. I'm an esports champion, a 3-time Can-Am gold medalist, and I've competed on and against the best teams ever since NHL 15. Check out my Instagram, at EASHL Goalie, for custom goalie pad designs every day. Okay, let's just look at my build. I don't mean to pump my own tires there. You guys have seen this build before. I don't need to explain it too much, but I've got 6'5", 180 pounds as a stand-up build. I'm using up high 2 as my primary trait, quick recovery 2 as my secondary trait, and PK energy as my specialty with the fixed camera, alternate goalie controls, precision default on, auto goalie covers, and human goalie sweeps on. I'm rocking stance 17, which is Henrik Lundqvist. Stances don't matter, remember that. They're just all cosmetic, but feel free to pick one from this list. I'm going to have a spreadsheet in my Discord that you guys can see all these builds. Now, we've got 95 glove high, stick high, no glove low, no stick low, just at 80 and no 5-hole. I like to control the things I can control, and I can definitely control when I go into butterfly to save those 5 holes and low shots, all right? Quick recovery is on my build. I might think about switching it to the primary trait, but quick recovery is a great attribute. You can't control how fast your goalie stands up manually. The game controls that, so you might as well boost that as high as you can go. Rebound control, you can actually control your rebounds based on your positioning for the most part. All right, and then we got 88 speed and agility. All right, fairly balanced speed, not too slow, not too fast, but 95 vision. I don't need to use Deflection Master because I've already got the max vision outside of probably 5 points there to make it 100, but I don't think that's going to make a difference, all right? That 95 vision is going to get the job done on deflections for the most part. So you can use PK energy. You'll notice a lot of guys use PK energy. You're giving your team an energy boost. Your team relies on that energy to burn defenders and get by them and score goals, all right? So the more they have throughout the game, the better. And that's my theory why I use that specialty. I think it's the best. All right, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.